Two unemployed actors, two unemployed actors. They're just between projects.
Welcome back to Two Unemployed Actors. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
Big show today. I want to kick off with something I forgot to mention last time, actually. It was really funny. I had this last minute audition request come through, and I think it was from one of the online platforms. I can't remember, but they reached out. Someone hadn't worked with before, with an ad agency, needed a quick turnaround, a regional advertisement for like a utility company or something.
Okay.
And it's one of those future you talks to current you sort of thing. So current you sitting there going, I think I need to look at my electricity bill. And future you comes in and goes, yes, you're a champion. You know, there's a few of those call outs to do.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's about 3 of them. And then I decided to get Fred involved. I put him up on the chair and was just yelling at him, champion. You know, he took direction really well, I have to say. And was still for most of the time. And that was without treats. I have to say.
Imagine what normally could do with
treats. Probably the whole podcast. But
starts talking.
Edit it better than me too. But anyway, so I sent it back and the guys replied, awesome, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And then, I mean, you talk about a quick turnaround. The client made a decision 4 hours later. So it was literally from first contact to end of day.
I wish everything was like that.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Anyway, he's got back to me at the agency and he said, oh, look, you know, I loved it. Yours was the recommendation that we recommended to the client. He just went with someone who was a bit older, but I'll keep you on file, you know, great stuff, blah, blah. I think it was just a bit...
Must be a compliment.
It's
someone
absolutely.
A bit older.
Yeah, well...
at this...
True. Someone who looked like they know what they're doing. Someone who looked like they had credibility or something. You know, no. But I think it's great. I mean, look, you know, there's someone else I haven't worked with that knows me and, well, Fred. And I think it's good sometimes to mix it up, which is my point. Like, if you're doing so many auditions, like, it's like just... mix it up a little. Like it's already a fun, cheeky sort of audition and you can be over the top.
Yeah.
So I really dialed it up and then started dialing it back slowly. And then as I edited it, I put what I really think they'd use in an ad at the front. And then a wild one with me interjecting every now and then screaming at champion with Fred in the chair. So they could see it was really fun, get a laugh, you know, bring the vibe in, the happy vibe in.
100%. And
make it a bit different and sort of stand out a bit. So sometimes, like, don't be afraid to do that. Not at the cost of not sending what you think they you know, not just me screaming at a dog, but actually listening to their direction as well. The other thing was he sent through the email to a few people, but with his contact number, should you need any more information, I'll call. If there's a number, I'm going to call because I'm going to find out, especially him being the decision maker of what goes forward to the client. So I'm like, and I've got great tips. He's like, oh, I haven't told anyone else that, but, you know, it'd be great to, you know, dwell on this particular bit and be more upbeat and over the top on this area. And like, if I'm going to get more information, why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, if they're happy to offer it.
Yep, indeed. So that was good fun. I mean, it didn't get it, but but it made auditioning a bit more fun. And Fred just thought I was even more crazy just standing around yelling at him, which is
not possible.
No, well, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Kind of what I do, stand around yelling at him. But
it's similar to what I did for that Helga's commercial, which I also didn't get. We must be going too silly. No, I like...
It's the pity podcast.
Yeah. Like, for example, so within we had kind of like sketches that, like animated sketches as an example of what the ad is going to look like. And there was, so I would have played
animatics.
Yeah.
I had to... there was a term for it.
Oh, yes, exactly. That's it. I would have played a young tradie, and my scene, the sandwich comes on like a conveyor belt that has the bricks.
Yep.
So I got like a garbage bag in the shape of like a long rectangle and put a sandwich and a brick on it and like pulled it out of frame and then cut it together with me grabbing it off the thing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So something funny.
I'm surprised that I just used that as the commercial. Why film?
Why? Yeah.
Job done.
I was a bit concerned. They may grab that one and not pay me. But,
did you use Helga's bread on the sandwich?
To be honest, I didn't have Helga's. I didn't have Helga's. I used like Huller. You know what Huller is? You know
No.
It's like platted bread.
Uh-huh.
It's because the only one we had.
Fancy bread. Fancy bread.
Jewish bread.
That's why I don't know.
There's all our listeners gone.
That's okay. It's okay. Jesus. Sorry.
I don't know.
So anyway, it's great. Yeah, it's great to make it a bit more fun, a bit more interesting. And
they'll definitely remember.
They can see that you're trying and you're really passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of good because you'll bring that to set.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
And fun attitude.
Work
with someone.
Fun attitude's always well. Yeah, exactly. And I think
but professional.
Professional fun. Yeah, I know, right? You've got to... And
find the balance.
Like, you've been on set a few times now, you know, like, you're experienced enough to know when to shut up and when just to, get the job done and when to have a bit of a laugh, whatever, Exactly. When everyone's shouting, we're losing the light, and everyone's running around like that's probably not the best time to tell a knock joke, but...
hey, producer, who's running around crazy.
But, yeah, it's great to have fun at work, right? I got invited to vote this year for AACTA. So they have... you get invited to vote as an AACTA member, but... invited into the drama chapter. I think last year I was invited to vote in the reality TV chapter where I was leaning towards The Voice and Lego Masters as real standouts. And now more drama, so mini-series, television drama, and including Best Actor and Supporting Actor along with Best Mini-series and Best Drama on TV, blah, blah. So really cool. So I'm looking forward to... I'm familiar with a lot of the programs that are nominated on the shortlist now.
Okay.
So now everyone's voted, whatever, you've got the shortlist. Okay, now people in each chapter vote for who they believe should be the winner.
Very cool.
So it's very much member-oriented, and I really enjoyed participating last time. I mean, you're part of the industry. Like, why the hell not, right? And
exactly.
My voice counts too, although I wasn't involved in any of them being produced. But hey, you got to start somewhere. So at least I'm being considered in the industry affiliation to help out. So it's good. And obviously, there's still some. I was going to say, obviously, there's not a lot on at cinema, but there's still some. There's still some on at the cinema, which they invite you to come and see a screening on.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of cool. Still, really trying.
Very cool.
Some of them I've seen before. Some of them. This is like in general, like the movies that are nominated, that sort of thing, because I don't generally do dramas. Also, sometimes they do. I remember I went to see Fred. Why did I buy a toy with a sound in it? Says he who edits podcasts.
But Patricia Moore, remember that mini TV series that I did extra role on? Patricia Moore was a part of the actor voting thing, whatever that. Like,
I don't
is
think
it just
it was
all
shortlisted.
Aussie stuff? No, I don't think it was either. But is that just every Aussie production has an opportunity to be? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And any Aussies are part of a production, certainly. So, and once they're all listed, you don't have to watch everything, but you're able to on AACTA TV. You might be familiar, you might have already seen stuff. But, it's great to see as much as you think you need to be able to vote accordingly.
Yeah.
I know I really enjoyed, I think it was last year or the year before, I think it was last year, where they had the most feature films, and I think it was like 35, 36, something like that, which is huge.
That
and
is a lot of feature films.
Some of them I'd already seen at the cinema, going to Q&As and premieres, that sort of stuff. Other times you're invited to the AACTA cinema, where you can go in and there's like different cinemas for different films. And some of them are introduced, some of them aren't. Some have Q&As, some have free ice creams. Thanks Sony, I think it was, Universal.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But look, I think it's just great to, again, it's another way to be a part of the industry.
Yeah.
Particularly at a time where we're also isolated. It's great to still get out and about.
We should reach out to like theatres, because obviously there's not much going on now.
Mm-hmm.
And, once you go to a theatre, you get emails from them constantly. You're subscribed. So if we ask them, they could promote Two Unemployed.
They could
a
indeed.
Bit, so
I'm around the corner, where I am now in Newtown. Around the corner is the New Theatre, which I've been to see some fantastic productions, some amazing productions. And they're currently showing Animal Farm, actually. So they're and I'm a member, so I get all their details. Someone's in that? There's a few people
that I know. No, that I know, I think. I forgot who it was. Anyway. Yeah, I forgot. But I saw it on
it's a good idea. I think, especially the up-and-coming theatres.
Yeah. Well, you should leave your little hacky Two Unemployed Actor card that, like, you leave it near the computer and it just, like, springs up and no one can undo it. It just plays us on repeat.
That's so funny.
That's how it works.
Until you subscribe, you just keep hearing voices in your head.
Exactly.
And it's us.
I had an audition today.
Did you?
Yes. I went to Grant's to do it. Just me today.
Self-tape? Yep.
Self-tape. It's for a paid short film.
Okay.
With a production company.
Geez, just stop there. They're few and far between, aren't they? paid short films. My God, they're all like for experience. You get a copy of your show reel.
Yep.
You know, you get a sandwich.
Yeah,
maybe a drink if you work up enough.
Exactly, but especially when it's not a student short film.
Yes,
it kind of usually is a bit paid, you know.
Yep.
So that's really cool. I think it's with Blue Sparrow Entertainment.
Okay.
And it's called Tell My Father.
Right.
So it's about a kind of the experience of a war veteran and how PTSD has an effect on so many
heavy stuff.
soldiers.
Jeez, you've had some heavy topics. About time you do a comedy. I think.
I think so.
My God.
But I'm playing a young soldier that dies in the arms of this older sergeant, and then he relives it. It's almost
dripping
like a flashback
with drama.
Scene. Exactly. So today, Grant and I filmed my death scene, which was.
Did you die in Grant's arms?
No, you had to hold
not even not even metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically speaking, 100%. I died in Grant's arms.
That's a true acting coach, isn't it? I'm with you till the end. Come on, the last 2%.
No, he's great. Like, honestly, we went outside the backyard of his house and actually shot it like near a tree. Yep. I took my
getting down in the dirt
bloody singlet from 3 weeks in spring that musical I was in and actually wore it.
Well done.
That's my thing.
You see, I've had people look at my wardrobe and go, why? And I'm like, well, I'm an actor. This is great. Who knows? Maybe I want to look like a middle-aged accountant with no life.
Or also, I'm an actor, so whenever a costume party comes up, I'm always the one that's... No.
Just don't get dressed in a hurry in the dark or something, you know, and there you are, you know, just walking in somewhere with your bloody T-shirt underneath something.
Literally every single costume party I've been to, which is mostly when I was younger anyway, I've gone full out. Like, other people just put on a T-shirt and say they're like... I don't know, a Ninja Turtle or something. And I'll come with full face of makeup. I went once, full face of makeup and spray painting my hair green as the Joker. Like full on. You got to expect anything less.
I'm the person with the T-shirt on going, look, I get a participation ribbon. I'm there. But I still want to get into the bar later on.
Yeah, I've started to not that I've been to many, but started to...
Tone it down a little bit, wind back your enthusiasm somewhat.
I love that stuff.
You don't want to be the only one who's really gone out, like 100%.
Any actor who has an opportunity to dress up, why not?
True, I know. I mean, basically, you're becoming a character and you've got an audience. So, and alcohol's involved, which also improves every performance, really. But
people think you look better than you are.
Fortunately, haven't been to many of those.
No. I want to go to more in my adult age.
Party for one?
Party for one, yeah.
Just get dressed up, put it on YouTube.
I'll get dressed up and just party in my room.
It's sad, but anyway.
Yeah.
Call it a podcast.
Call it a podcast. Two Unemployed
With a
Actors.
theme. It's a different character every week.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that.
Life's not hard enough as it is. Let's get more homework to do.
Yeah.
Well, I finally managed
Christmas special is our dress up. Sorry. Our Christmas special.
Yeah.
Every year,
with
even
alcohol.
though we've done it once.
We are going to go for many, many years. I finally managed to unpack the script.
How many years have you got left in you?
Oh, at least another two or 3 summers before I start to forget my name. But I finally managed to unpack the script and go through the script and just... It's amazing. This is for the play.
You're talking about Lipstick?
Yeah, I've managed to forget a lot, which is great because you're sort of coming at it again, fresh.
Yeah, you forget
so
if you're not rehearsing, right?
Thanks to COVID, I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, right? So I've kind of come fresh to it twice and making fresh notes twice. So that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if anyone forgets their lines, it's like you've had a year. Come on, you know. Yeah. You've had nearly a year.
But fair enough. I mean, when you're not rehearsing...
No, I know. And it's such a physical comedy farce play, you know, to have so much time to look at it before you even stand up and rehearse with the cast. It's like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, there's all these things I want to do. I just keep writing them down.
So when's that being performed, did you say?
I think late January, early February, TBC.
Oh my God. Are you rehearsing over Christmas?
In Sydney. We'll be rehearsing starting soon, yeah. So I think we'll stop for Santa. Because
you started a bit, right?
No.
You haven't started
I personally have, as I'm sure other cast members have. I
started before I even auditioned.
That's the well. Actually, the part I read for wasn't for Lipstick. But anyway, when they've got 8 plays to put on and you're auditioning with one piece, I think I used The Odd Couple as because I knew comedy.
Okay.
And I thought I'd go with my strength and straight in, and they loved it, which was great considering they'd just seen The Odd Couple at the Ensemble Theatre.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. I did change a few words around, you know.
Oh my God. Well, as a group, they saw it.
The two people who were auditioning me.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
so they loved it still, because there's nothing worse than fresh in your mind is the full performance, and some hack comes in and throws a few of the words around. But no, it went well. But they're like, great, I can see you. Well, they said, look, I can see you in this play, Lipstick. It's a lot of fun. And for me, like a lot of younger cast members really suited towards their roles. It's great. And then I'm, in no uncertain terms, a straight guy. In terms of comedy, you've always got a straight guy who's the one who's relatable to the audience can relate to, who walks into the chaos and kind of grounds everything. It makes the hilarity seem more funnier, and it sort of means it's a bit more real in a sense, and the audience can still buy into it. Because if there's fast non-stop and it's just crazy time, it can be a bit OTT, particularly with a one-act play.
Over the top for those.
Really got one show. Over the top. But so looking forward to finally actually, doing a real rehearsal in the flesh with other people, humans. Because, no offense, Fred.
It's a play, right? Not a musical play.
It's a play, yes. Pardon me. Did I say musical?
No.
Oh, good, because never. Once you heard me sing once, boy.
There's non-singing roles in musicals.
Stay away from my musical. I know, I was in one. That was actually a play with songs.
Yeah, classic.
Maybe they just said that to lure me in.
I think the difference is non-diegetic and diegetic.
I've got no idea what that means. It sounds important, though. Is that from Star Trek? Is that a population on a planet, diegetics?
You should know this. This is quite a film idea. No, it's not. It's very... So in musicals, right, that characters don't know they're singing, which means it's non-diegetic, right? It's not actually in the plot within the... So
I'm on stage, I start singing, but it's not in the musical.
No, okay. Let's go. This.
That's just called
in a film,
rehearsals.
For example, in a film, right?
In a film, yes.
You have post-production music over the top to make it dramatic. That's non-diegetic.
Right.
But
diegetic is when they're actually singing and performing and it's being recorded.
Or a radio's playing music and the characters are listening to the radio.
Right. So it's in they're related to the song. They're relating to it, whether they're performing it or listening to it, interacting to it, whatever. Yeah, they're actively engaging with it. Boom. Gotcha.
So I feel like
ready for musicals now. Diegetic.
Yeah, so
a sound is any
non-diegetic sound is any sound in a film that doesn't originate from the world of the film.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I feel like musicals... Well, is that the difference between a musical and a play with music? I've never been in a play with music. Well, I kind of guess I have.
I'm pretty certain it was written as a musical, and there are songs galore, and I did mime for the last song where we're all together. It's the happy.
It's not a solo. You weren't just miming.
It kind of jumped around a bit though. Like it was because I'm a farmer. My wife's died. My eldest son's helped me on the farm. My other son's about to nick off and go to the city, and the daughter's having a breakdown or something. Like it's just drama on drama on drama on drama, and there's a drought.
How is that? How is that?
Come on. And then there's a moment where I've got a gun and I'm talking about, how heavy life is. And then it kind of jumped really quickly to, yay, we're all going to stay in. But look, enough. I wasn't singing. That was a disclaimer. Because remember, someone pulled out for the wrong reasons, as sometimes can happen with, different theatre productions. And it was going to stop. And the kids have been singing since April, and it was 9 months later. So it's like, Max, can we just parachute you in for the last 4 weeks of rehearsals and you'll be good to go? And it's kind of a crucial role because you're playing the father. It's about the father who's, hard times and how it sort of turns around.
Oh, yeah.
And small town versus big city and all the sort of stereotypes were touched on, all the caricatures of farmers and things. But it was, it was intense trying to get into that.
Oh, yeah.
And for the few before, get into that headset. Get into the mindset.
Voiceover mind.
It's crazy, isn't it? But getting into that mindset was a challenge for some of the performances because it goes really dark all of a sudden. It sort of builds up to go really dark, but then it goes light pretty quickly. So it's a mind.
How was that farmer thing that you read the child role for? Do you remember that?
Yes, the one where I accidentally read for as the child.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
For those of you who didn't tune in a couple episodes ago, I got a note.
There are none of you, obviously.
I got a note from the agent going, can you please, to a few of us, please, download and look at your slides and get them back ASAP for the director. He's straight to the director's email. So, okay, no worries. And copy them in. So I printed off 2 scripts, picked up the first one, going, oh, this is interesting. This is really cool. I can make this work. Oh, it's a challenge. No, I can make it work. Roped in Emma to help me with the read. Even she's like, interesting. Interesting choice for you. Wouldn't thought. And I made it work. But basically, it was the 2 teenagers. She was the reader. So it was basically 2 teenagers having a conversation as teenagers do, and I am not. So it just... But as the director acknowledged when she picked me up on my slight error, details.
Slight error.
Said, you made it work. To which I replied, I can make anything work. I promise I'll read the right script next time. And Julie did, and it was more relatable.
Yeah.
The right script. Sent that off because she said, the producers in America want you to read for the farmer, so please read. And it's like the 3rd time she's told me. It's like, okay, got it. I will read for the farmer now.
But you didn't hear back.
No. So up in here, who knows? I mean, these things, they tap you on the shoulder in a few weeks' time. Or
maybe they're like, we wish he could be the child.
Yeah, we're going to rewrite it now around him.
Yeah, so it's taking a while.
Having a immature male being transported into his body.
Yeah.
So basically, me just being me. Really, that'd be great. Easiest job ever.
It's so easy. What is that?
This is the inner west, mate. Plains in the inner west.
What a plains.
You don't have that over. Where are you? Rose Bay, Vaucluse, whatever. Because
all those places.
Too many people who own the airlines will complain. Like the lower North Shore, you can see the planes, you can't hear them.
Yeah.
When you look out over the harbour,
you see a lot of
as I used to, and I miss that view. You can see them flying past the city, but you can't hear them. But
you hear a lot of seaplanes.
Oh yes, that used to be the international airport for Sydney back in the day.
Because they were only
airport.
seaplanes. Yeah.
Crazy
My dad was
talk.
telling me that the other day, actually.
Crazy talk. Well, there you go. He was probably there. I was too young.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they were like big seaplanes, and they had like bars and stuff. And apparently, the ticket price was like your annual income.
It was pretty like back in the days where flying was amazing.
Ridiculous.
Everything was like first class and over the top.
Your average income, sorry, not annual.
Now it's like getting on a bus. Although I miss it.
Income.
I miss it. But yes, in the West, I have to with voiceovers. I have to only every now and then do I have to pause because it's a bit noisy. But they sort of fly over the front of the house. When I say over, I mean I can see them. They're not over the top because I know. But then my office is at the back where I do voiceovers. So it really doesn't bother me. And there's no road there.
Does that actually make a difference?
Huge.
Are you talking about planes or cars?
Yeah, planes because it's double brick, old school, proper build. It's very well insulated, and when I'm at the other end, I can't hear a thing. And the street's not very busy out front, which is great. But I'm overlooking the alleyway, which is the back of the shops on King Street, and so there's no traffic, there's no sound. It's perfect. It's great.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful story for voiceover people.
I wanted to ask you a quick question. Didi commercial? Didi, that drive. Do you watch a lot on YouTube?
No.
Okay. Have you ever heard the?
What's a DD?
And
is it an endangered species?
Like another Uber.
Oh yes.
Switch to DD.
Someone cut me off the other day, and on the back it had Uber DD. I thought it was just a special Uber.
Well, if you haven't heard it, you haven't heard it. But like the quality of the voiceover,
really,
it's like switch to DD today. Sounds like it was recorded with an iPhone. It sounds awful.
And
I wanted to ask you if that's just some voices.com thing or they were meant to do that.
If you go to Fiverr and pay $5 for a fucking voiceover versus proper industry rates, that is the difference. Someone's going to have full equipment and it's going to be engineered properly.
Why?
And they're going to have experience.
Why DD would do that? They're a company.
Budget. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was a last minute thing. They did something really quick.
Shite.
It could be that they just needed something fast. Yeah. Like I've done work for Visa, for Microsoft, people who go through big agencies who then outsource to other agencies who then outsource to blah, blah, blah. Audio engineers who then, and the last thing to do is to tap the talent on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Because they just need a quick turnaround. They need a professional voice, quick turnaround. They don't want to pay an engineer, go to a studio. They don't have time, even if they can afford it.
Zero time.
And even with the big companies, you've got a budget and you can't go over that budget. And different campaigns make up that budget. So you've got to work with what you got.
Fair enough.
You get what you get and you don't get upset. You just work harder for a bigger budget next year. It's my corporate self talking to my voiceover self.
It's good you're in corporate because acting's a lot of business.
It is, and it's funny too on set on commercials where you see the agency people turn up, and the category managers and the marketers turn up. They're there fuck all really, and give a couple of pieces of feedback, but not really. You know what I mean? Like the muffins and coffee, and I'm out of the office for the day.
Yeah.
There's been an occasion where the marketer was like right in front of the monitor and giving feedback to direct fit, like, oh, it sounds like he's yelling the line. Can we dial that back? That sort of stuff. There's a bit of that, but rarely. Most of the time, the people who know what they're doing are in charge, and
exactly.
You know,
you hire those people.
They just get shit done. Looking forward to doing more voiceovers this week, and really focusing on getting into that script for the play, and
beautiful.
Hopefully, you know, some of these auditions pay off. There's been a bit of a gap now. It's been a month and a half since I've been on set. Something.
Yeah,
so
me too.
It's time. Oh, yes, that's what's coming up. Speaking of being on set, next Tuesday, I am selling wine. Remember that wine company I talked about?
I remember.
So presenting to camera, co-presenting, I should say. Pardon me, to Kirsty or Christy. I haven't met her yet. But we co-presenting to camera these various wines. It'll be like the generic intro, outro sort of thing. It's pilot. Okay. But then it'll be like once a month you come in for the day and record all the bits and pieces that we're going to be emailed out. Yeah, that's right. It's
a recurring thing.
Yeah. And then a week after that, on set finally for this hospo deal. Like they've been talking about it forever. Where I'm pretending to be a Victorian hospitality worker talking about how hard we work. It just gets the clients just sort of pushing it around a bit. So it's locked in, but it's like not yet locked in as to which day. Okay. So there's a few opportunities floating around.
Okay.
But I'll just stick to what I do with voiceovers every day, all that sort of stuff.
Beautiful.
Keeping it real, feeding Fred, you know, all the basics, unpacking still.
Fred Wired. Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, just sticking with life, auditioning. I'm going back to work tomorrow. Canteen one.
Oh, the...
canteen?
Canteen, but yeah, the kids are back.
The kids are back.
Load up the canteen with sugar.
Yeah. And gymming and just everything else in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
And more sessions with your
rehearsals
coach.
For Spring Awakening and...
When's that coming up?
It's meant to be December sometime.
December?
It's been pushed back again.
Well, I think they've just increased the ability for venues to have up to 50% capacity, which is great.
I know, we're trying to figure that out because a lot of theatres still a bit like, they can't really say no then.
Well, it's all, what they might be worried about is committing and then, you know.
And then it changes.
And then there's another outbreak. Yeah. But I mean, you can't keep planning for the next outbreak. You've got to keep moving forward.
Got to be in the present.
Particularly now. And look, kudos, chukas to the new theatre around the corner who've already got great reviews already for Animal Farm.
New theatre, yeah.
So, that, you know, it can happen. Just get out there and do it. You can't wait for everyone to be 100% well, or a vaccine, which might not even be for another year.
Yeah.
Forget that. And then when they find it, they've got to get it to you.
Yeah.
I'll have 100 million of those, please.
Crazy.
What do you mean they're not in stock? You've been listening to Max?
What?
You've been listening to Sam?
Two Unemployed Actors.
You've been listening to Two Unemployed Actors? How many times have I been doing that? And I still...
55.
55 times, literally. You've been listening to Two Unemployed Actors. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And we'll be back next week. Bye.
See ya.
Two unemployed actors.